everyone, in today's video I'm going to be looking at the Natasha Denona Bloom Palette and coming up with some usable everyday looks as well as something perhaps a bit more dramatic for the evening in these lovely peachy, pinky, mauvey tones that I think are actually much more usable than I initially thought they would be. So please watch on. So for this look I want to do something that's very soft and easy to wear, office friendly, work friendly, that thing. And I thought I'd focus on these kinds of colours. You can see the three mattes there and two of the lovely shimmers, the fluorescence and the crisp, which is the sort of the whitey one. I want to go easy because I would like to see, I'm sure it's possible, but I would like to make create a sort of a very soft look. I'll start off with using Keen. Now here we are, here are the colours. So there's Keen there, that's what it looks like there. And then this lovely soft colour, I'm not sure what that's called. What is it called? It is called Robin. I'm not quite sure why these names have got these names, but why these colours have got these names. And then we've got fluorescence and then crisp, this, which really is, it's like a snowy crispness. I know that's not very spring-like, but frankly, you never know in the UK. I'll start off with a bit of the lighter apricot in the corner and just see how light it is, and I think it's going to be fine actually. I'm always slightly worried with these colours because they can look chalky on me. Now I'm going to put Brick, which is this one here, just in the crease but very lightly, because when I was experimenting with this actually yesterday I did notice it's very pigmented. So fluffy brush, I think, is the order of the day, because I don't want to look like I've been weeping into my pillow, because that's not a good look generally. And the thing with Natasha Denona is they are like certain brands of paint colour in the sense that they are all totally, the palettes are totally different, but there are similarities in the sense that you can get very similar effects, but they're all in different tones. So that's really lovely. Once you've got used to how these powders behave on your eyelids, you really can feel confident. And I'm talking for myself here, a bit more brave. I don't always just want to stay in my comfort zone because that doesn't always make for a happy life, I find. So that's going on nice and smoothly. I would say it's a terracotta, but it's not got the real burgundy of a terracotta. It's a light terracotta. There we go. Like the soil of the Serengeti. I just want to go up a bit higher so that open up the eye a bit. And I should say all I've got on is the Pat McGrath primer, which I've just recently started using and I am enjoying actually. And I think it definitely helps everything stay put. Let's put some Robin on the mobile lid, like that. And I'm going to put a little bit of this one, Floss, just to deepen that corner a little bit, but not too much. I'm going to put a little bit of petal just on the top here. There we go. And now Fluorescence, which is that lovely shimmery peachy shade. Let's just put that on the mobile lid. This is very spring-like, isn't it? It's the makeup equivalent of a vase of daffodils. It heralds spring. And I think that's very nice. And I think they're very user-friendly, actually, because you don't have to do the full dramatic look. I've put fluorescence on the mobile lid, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a clean brush. Well, it's actually the same brush that I put petal on just on my brow, and I'll just give it a little bit of a cheeky blend. Shall we try a bit of eyeliner? Let's do a bit of that. So I think what I'll do is I'll use the brown, which is Bark here, as opposed to the burgundy. Because actually, looking at this palette, and I have to say, it didn't occur to me when I was doing the swatches the first time round for you. It's a palette of two halves. There's the pinky mauves and then there's the peaches here. So actually, if you stick to one side of the palette, you get your peaches without thinking too hard. I mean, I'm saying this as somebody who has to do their makeup, like most people, first thing in the morning when I'm half asleep, and I'm also on the phone, I'm trying to do stuff I should have finished last night, the usual story, and I don't want to think. So actually, this is for the person who doesn't want to think like me. I will just use a bit of the dark brown, the Bark, and then just line my lashes a little bit with it. And actually, that is the first bit of fallout I've had, just a little bit here. I haven't put my concealer on yet, but I have put my foundation on. I'm just going in quite lightly, just a little bit. Now what would be ideal with this actually would be brown mascara, but I don't have one here to hand. I've got all the other brown mascaras in another room. But I think what I'll do is I won't use my most dramatic mascara. I'll just use the Lancome Idole. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this. I don't think it's great, but I think for this it's going to be fine because I don't want a very dramatic look. If we just go for something that's quite light and feathery. Now I haven't put anything on underneath my eyes. I wanted to keep this quite light. I'll mix bark with a little bit of the brick, just so it's not too much. These are warm, but they're not too orange. That's how I would class them. I'll just put a little bit more of the fluorescence, just so you can see the colour. I think in real life you actually don't need to add more, but I did want you to see it. I'm also going to put a little bit of Crisp, that white colour, just in the corner. I'm going to go off and put some mascara, and then we'll have a look at what this first look looks like. Okay, so here's the finished look. These are the colours that I've used. I've used all mattes, and I've used 2 shimmers and the dark brown called Bark, just as a liner, and a little bit underneath as well. I mixed Bark with the brick just to soften it a little bit. I've used mascara, which, as I said, I wouldn't necessarily recommend, but it was right for this, just something that separates the lashes. And I also used, this is brown. It's not great, not all browns in mascaras are equal. I love a brown mascara. This is okay, it's not great. This is, who's it made by? Benefit in brown, Bad Gal Bang. And I've used that on my lower lashes, so it's just a little bit softer. But I think it's a nice look for spring, and I think it's quite user-friendly. I'm going to close my eyes now for you to have a good look. I mean, I think it's nice. What do you think? Let me know. Comment down below. I'd love to know what you thought. This is kind of something that I think would be quite soft and good for our normal lives, as it were. Let's see what the next looks bring. I do want to incorporate that equinox, which is winking at me, and I'm determined to use it so that it can get its place in the sun. Although that's a bad pun on equinox. Anyway, on to the next look. So now I'm moving to the other side of the palette, which is the coral pinky side, and I'm going to start with Wren, and I'm just going to go on my outer and crease here, and then on to Floss. Then I'm just going to put a bit of Fleur on here, go back in with a bit more of Floss, and that's just a very soft look. I don't have to line, but I will line with Clover, which is actually the shade I thought maybe might be a problematic tone for me, but let's see. Everything's blending beautifully. And is there any fallout? No, there's no fallout. I'm just going to keep this light underneath my eyes. So that's what that looks like. I can deepen it up a little bit more with a little bit more Floss in the corner. I'll just go and put some mascara and I'll be back. So I've used some brown mascara, just the YSL Lash Clash in the brown, just to keep it as soft as possible. So this is what it looks like. And that's, brown mascara is something that I'm kind of evangelical about because I think it's so soft, particularly for more mature eyes. It's just lovely. Finding the right brown is quite hard. I really like the YSL Lash Clash. It's a bit tricky. It takes a few goes to remove it, so that's why sometimes I pause, but it is a very nice mascara and you do get a bit of volume. I only put one coat on that just to keep it soft and office friendly for this one anyway. So going on to the next look, I'd like to try and incorporate Equinox in this one. So I'm going to start off with some of Robin, just a little bit, just very softly here. And then going into the crease again with Ember, which has got some shimmer in, but I think it's quite a soft shimmer. Just to remind you, yeah, it is a soft shimmer. It looks like that. I wouldn't want to put shimmers or metallics in my crease just because it emphasises any crepiness, but this is absolutely fine just because we know Natasha's formula. And then a bit of Keen on the lid, the mobile lid, and pick up Equinox and get it right in the corner. A bit more Ember, I think. for a bit more contrast. And I think on this occasion I'll put a little bit on underneath, but I'm going to stay with Ember, just a little bit. I'll go and put some mascara on, I'll be back. So here are the two looks. This one's got black mascara on, and it's a bit more of a sort of an amped up look because it has got the slightly metallic shade, which is called Ember, in the crease. And of course this one with the brown mascara is just softer and more matte, even though it's got Fleur on the mobile lid, which is softly metallic, but is very, very soft. So now I'm going to go off and remove that and then come back for the final look. I'm going to go in with Keen and then Brick on this side. That's a lovely soft terracotta. And then this lovely shade Lush, which is goldy, but it is, let me show you on my hand, that's what it looks like. It's like a champagne gold, and I'm putting that on top. Actually, let's try it with a finger. Oh, that's it. That's rather nice. And that's quite an easy look. I'm going to put some crisp in the corner just to brighten it up. Now that's a very easy look, isn't it? And with the Brick, what I'll do is I will go underneath as well. I'll tell you what surprises me about Brick is I don't look like I've rubbed my eyes or I've been weeping in the corner, having an existential moment. I'll put a little bit of bark as well, just on the outer bit, just to give me a little bit more depth. There is some fallout, although I notice, and you can probably hear, I've not been tapping. I should tap. Let's get an eyeliner brush and I will line with bark on the upper eye. This shade Lush is lovely. These days I don't like doing a very long wing, so it's just going to be a little flick. I'll just clean up under my eyes and I'll be back to do the next one. And I'm going into Floss, just in the crease. I'd like to see if I can do an alternative sparkly look to this look, which I do really like. I apologise for the state of my mascara. It's because I removed all my makeup again and I think my lashes are in revolt. I think they were probably still a little bit damp from the makeup remover, so I do apologise. But I hope you like this eyeshadow. I do like this. I like this look. I like the gold look. Okay, so Floss is going in the crease. This, I can see already, this is going to be the shade I'm going to be using a lot because it's just really easy and very forgiving on my crepey lids, increasingly crepey lids. And then Crisp. I want to keep it as soft as I can. Better with the finger, I think. And some petal in the corner. And some more Floss underneath. And let's put some Clover as a liner. So I've got mascara on and these are the finished looks for these two eyes. So let me just close my eyes so you can have a look. Here's the more goldy one, warm, and here's the one with petal, which is more white, silvery, sparkly. Here's what I think. I think this palette has got so many lovely combinations. It's so light, it's got such fresh colours, and as I said sort of earlier, they're not too dark, so you do get that freshness, that lightness, that springtime feel. I would say that I could definitely get a variety of looks out of it. I can obviously do more dramatic things, but the way I'd want to wear this palette, frankly, is for lovely, fresh daytime looks. And even if they're evening, they wouldn't be too heavy. I have got other palettes that, frankly, I would prefer to use for a more dramatic look. But I think there's a lot of freshness in this palette. These warm, peachy, pinky, petally shades are they're very, very flattering. It's not really orange. I mean, it's really not. Even the most not orange, but peachy shades like Brick and even Fluorescence, which is shimmery, but definitely that apricot-y colour. They're not really, really orange and tangerine-y. I know some of the names do evoke those shades, but once they're on the lids, there's still that lovely softness. I think it's actually I think this is a palette that's actually quite hard to make a mistake on, because they all blend together. And actually, as you saw with some of my looks, and this is very much the way I like to do my eye makeup, 2 shades and you're done. You don't have to do the full thing. I also have to say there's quite a few shades here which are brilliant for just one and done. Put some on the lid, maybe line with a colour like Bark, or the other one which I like as well, Clover. Clover was the colour that I said, I don't think I'll be able to wear that. I think I said with some confidence, I think I can already say that's the colour I won't be wearing. Actually, no, it looks really nice. It's very, very soft. Even though it's got that burgundy feel, it's not got the reddy burgundiness. It's more, there's a bit more aubergine eggplant in it, which is a more soft, forgiving shade. I'm a fan. I've not made quite the great friends with Equinox that I thought I would. For me, that's probably, for me anyway, the shade that actually I've tried quite hard to make work, and it's not really working for me. However, there's Crisp that's in there, which is just really, really lovely. It's got that lovely silvery shimmer, but it's not glittery and it's not got that chunkiness. There is a place for real glitter, and that's in the evening, very much nighttime wear. This is so soft, it's easy to wear during the day. I'm a big fan of that. Equinox, I don't mind. Out of a £15 palette, is it £15? Can I count? That's probably the one that I'm going to use the least, but I'll carry on experimenting. This for me is worth the money. It's not so much that it does what it says on the tin. I can do what I want with it, which is light, springtime, fresh, youthful looks. Do let me know, are you going to give it a go? Please let me know in the comments below, and do subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.